Welcome to Yoga with Lyora. Today we focus on balance. There's an inevitable sway, a duality, a flow that is ever present whether we realize it or not. From our varying feelings to the structure of society, to every detail within our bodies and Mother Nature surrounding us. The pendulum swings, and it is always in balance, in harmony, in some way or another. Though oftentimes, as we go about our day, things happen, thoughts happen, and we are left with a feeling of uprootedness, uncertainty, ungroundedness. Where is the balance? How can I come back into alignment? The answer doesn't always feel simple, but I'm here to provide a simple way to redirect your mind, body, and spirit back into feelings of harmony. Yoga won't fix the happenings in life that lead us to feeling unbalanced, but it will direct our focus, and it is that fundamentally creates our reality. Perspective is key when it comes to cultivating balance, because ultimately everything is already there. It just doesn't always feel like it. So it's time to remember, to be balanced, to be in alignment with all that you are. Wherever you are, find a comfortable space and meet me on your mat for a routine dedicated to cultivating greater balance in the mind, body, and breath. We begin in a seated position. I encourage you to bring a journal to document any thoughts, feelings, or inspirations you might have throughout your practice. It's not important that your legs are crossed. All that's important is that you feel comfortable and that your spine is free. Begin by getting in touch with your natural breath, natural posture, any thoughts and feelings you've had throughout the day without trying to mold or manipulate them. Palms facing down for a more grounded experience, palms facing up for a more heightened experience. Just being present with your natural feeling, your natural state, stepping back as just the observer. Now bring your hands palms face down on the ground behind you and exhale completely, folding forward into a bow. Holding gratitude for showing up for yourself today, gratitude for the practice of yoga, and gratitude for the space in which we have to practice in. On your next inhale, rotate the hands and float the arms all the way up, inhaling completely until the palms touch overhead. From here, exhale, pulling your palms all the way down to your heart center. Being present. Breathing. I invite you now to hold space within a visualization of what a balanced day looks like. What does it feel like? What would a balanced life look like? Cultivating satisfaction within such that we can vibrate that out into our outer universe and start seeing it happen. On our next inhale, our hands rise back up overhead, filling the lungs completely, and rotating the hands out. Exhale, slowly bringing the hands back down to the ground. This next exercise is a breathing exercise that balances both hemispheres of the brain. We take our first two fingers and place them on our third eye in between our eyebrows, and we'll be using our ring finger and thumb to plug one nostril. Go ahead and plug one nostril, inhale through that side, switch nostrils, and exhale through the other side. Inhale through that same side, switch nostrils, and exhale through the other side. focusing on the center of the brain, the pineal gland, and both hemispheres of the brain, body, entire being. The right hemisphere of our brain is associated with feminine energy and actually controls the left side of our body, whereas the left side of our brain is associated with masculine energy and controls the opposite side of the body. These next few exercises will be for the spine, so bring your hands to your knees and begin making circles with your whole chest and upper body. Inhaling to one side and forward to the other side, exhaling as you pull back. Allowing for the largest circle that you can make while still keeping your sit bones rooted into the ground. This exercise awakens the energy in our root and sacral chakra, bringing it all the way up through the rest of our chakras. Let's reverse direction. And back to center. Now let's get into the neck. Exhale, bring your neck all the way down and forward. Inhale to the other side, back, all the way around, and repeat. In this exercise, we want to be pulling the crown of the head away from the shoulders as to not compress any of the joints in the neck. So visualize as if you're painting a big circle on the ceiling or in the sky. Reverse directions. Breathing with the motion here. So exhaling forward and inhaling back. If this is challenging for you, or if you find an area of tension, slow down or stop in that area and take a conscious breath to open up your neck. Now let's come back to center. These next exercises are going to be for the spine. So I'm mirroring you here. Take your left arm and bring it to the outside of your right knee, and your right arm about 6 inches on the floor behind you. Pressing up on the fingertips, we inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, twist. Twisting from the waist, chest, shoulders, and even the eyes. We inhale, coming back to center, bringing the right arm to the outside of the left knee, and other arm behind on the floor, pressing up on the fingertips. We inhale, lengthening the spine, and we exhale out the mouth, twist. Twisting from the waist, chest, shoulders, neck, and even your eyes. See how far you can look behind you. And breathe. Inhale back to center, and if your legs are crossed, let's uncross them now. Bring your legs out straight in front of you, and we're going to shake it out from the ankles. Get the blood moving back through the whole of the legs. Shake it out through the knees, and allow that shake to wiggle up through your hips and the whole body. Next exercise, we're going to be in a tabletop position, so make sure your hands are directly below the shoulders with an even amount of pressure spread through the fingertips. We inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, looking up to the ceiling, to the sky. Exhale, allowing the head and neck to relax down, arching the back up. Repeat. Inhale, drop the belly to the ground, look up. Exhale, relax the head, neck, and shoulders, lifting and arching the back. And repeat. Move with your breath. If your body is calling for it, it doesn't have to be straight up and down. You can always stretch out some of your side muscles by moving intuitively here. Move as your body guides you. All right, walk your hands out a little bit further, curl the toes underneath your feet, and straighten your legs, pressing back into a downward dog. Allow your head and neck to relax, even amount of pressure spread between the fingertips. And bend at one knee, breathing with the motion, walking out the dog. We're about to get into the more balancing exercises with the physical body here. So allow the blood to circulate through your legs. Fill up your brain, relaxing your head. All right, here we go. On your next inhale, lift your right leg straight up into the air, as high as you can. And exhale through the mouth, bending at the knee, relaxing your ankle and foot. Inhale through the nose once more, and bring this leg down, weaving it through the space in between your leg and hands. Lift your left hand all the way up into the sky. Now the pressure is going to be on the outside of your foot and in your hand that's still on the ground, so make sure there's an even amount of pressure spread between the fingers, and bring your gaze up to meet your hand. Breathe. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth to release pressure. And exhale, bring that hand back down to the mat. And inhale that leg straight back up into the sky. We're not done with this one. Bend at the knee, exhale, and bring that leg all the way back, lifting up with the hips. And lifting up, reaching up to the sky with your right arm. Bring your gaze to meet that hand. Just a reminder, even amount of pressure between both feet and spread between the fingers. And breathe here. Inhale, come back up, bring your hand back to the other hand, and walk out the dog. So inhale to a plank position, and exhale, bending at the elbows, lowering your body all the way to the mat, releasing your toes and feet. We're going to come up into a baby cobra, so lift your hands off the mat and raise your chest and head. And exhale, come back down. Bring your toes back underneath, press yourself back up into a plank, and exhale back into the downward dog. Breathe here. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg straight up into the air, as high as you can, and exhale, bend that knee, relaxing the ankle and foot. Let's inhale, straighten that leg again, bring it down, weave it under and through, such that the outside of your foot is touching the ground. And we're going to lift our right arm up into the sky now. Working with two opposing forces here, so we're rooting down through one hand while we're lifting at the same time. Bring your gaze to meet your hand and breathe. Exhale with control, bring your hand back down to the mat, and inhale that leg straight back up into the sky. One more time here, bend the knee, bring your foot all the way down to the ground, and lift up your arm, bring your gaze up to meet your hand, lifting from the hips, rooting down through the feet, even amount of pressure spread between the fingers, and breathe. One more big inhale, fill your lungs completely, and exhale through the mouth, bringing your hand back down to meet the other hand, and leg back up to the sky. Exhale, bring it all back down, chaturanga. Plank to laying down, release the toes. Full cobra, pressing up through the hands, lifting up with the chest, looking up to the sky. And exhaling, bringing everything back down. Curl your toes under. Press yourself back up into a plank and downward dog, relaxing the head and neck. Next, let's bend both of the knees, look up to your hands, and either walk, step, or hop your feet up to meet your hands in a forward fold. From here, we're going to grab onto our elbows and allow our upper body to just hang, relaxing the head and neck, bobbing the whole upper body forward and back, breathing with the motion, rocking, swaying side to side. We're going to bob our head forward and back in big yeses and shake it out in big no's, also combining the two into an ellipse or an infinity wobble. Take a big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, releasing the hands and arms back down to the yoga mat. Inhale, dragging your hands up to your knees, flat back, and exhale, bring it all back down into a forward fold. Bend your knees and take 3 slow breaths to peel your body all the way up to a standing position, focusing on one vertebrae at a time, the head being the last. Adjust your hair, adjust your clothes if needed. And now we're going to be moving into our standing balancing yoga exercises. To begin, bring all of your weight in your right foot and lift up your left, holding on to your foot behind your body. Breathe here. Focus on aligning your knee with your other knee and pulling up with your foot while simultaneously pressing your whole leg forward. Breathing in this position, balancing, focusing on a non-moving point out in front of you. This will help to maintain your balance. Now, without moving your foot to the ground, bring your leg all the way out forward and hold onto your foot with both of your hands. Do your best to keep both of your legs straight, though if you can't keep them both straight, that's okay to have a slight bend in your standing knee or in your other knee as well. With your right hand, let go and reach out behind you, opening up at the chest. Hold here and breathe. On an exhale, bend at the knee. Don't let go of the foot. Bring the foot behind your back. Don't let go. And reach your arm forward, pressing your foot back into your hand while simultaneously pulling your foot up as high as you can into what's known as the dancer pose. This is a great position to practice a mudra if you have one, or like I am, just bring your thumb to touch your index finger. Hold here and breathe. On an exhale, let's come back to center. Don't let go of that foot. We're going to come into a tree pose now. So let's bring that foot into about the midpoint of your thigh, pressing outward. And inhale both of your arms all the way up overhead, filling your lungs completely. And exhale, palms together, down through the midline to your heart center. Breathe here. If this is easy for you, try doing this with your eyes closed or looking up in the sky. Let's inhale, bringing the hands back up overhead, and exhale, turning the palms facing down, swooping them back, crossing your right arm underneath your left. We're going to come into what's known as the eagle pose. So bring your foot that was in the middle of your thigh up and over your leg, hooking your toes around the opposite leg. Lifting up with the elbows, pressing forward with the hands, and breathe. To come out, just unravel the arms, bring the leg back down to meet the other, and we're going to balance out this balancing exercise with a quick triangle pose. So bring your left leg perpendicular on your mat and your right leg straight. Inhale forward and exhale, reach down to the foot. With your left arm, it's going to be raising up to the sky. Bring your gaze up to meet it and breathe. Take this as a resting pose, for we'll be doing the other side. Exhale, bring your hand down to meet the other, and chaturanga, down into a plank, lowering yourself all the way down, curling the toes under to be relaxed, and inhale up into a full cobra, pressing up through the hands, looking up to the sky. Exhale, come back down, curl the toes back under once more, inhale back up to a plank, downward dog, and just like before, inhale, look up to the hands, bend your knees, step, walk, or jump up to meet your hands in a forward fold. And just like before, take 3 slow breaths to peel your body up to a standing position, focusing on one vertebrae at a time, head being the last. Adjust your hair and clothes if needed, and we're going to be doing the other side now. So go ahead and lift up your right leg, grab onto your foot behind your back, and breathe here, focusing on aligning the knees together, pressing through the foot as well as pressing the leg forward, focusing on a non-moving point out in front of you for balance, and breathe. Now, without letting go of that foot, let's bring it in front of your body. Straighten the leg, holding onto the foot with both hands. And do your best to keep both legs as straight as possible, spine as straight as possible. And then, just like before, we will open up with our left arm, reaching that arm back behind your body, lifting up through the whole upper body while rooting down through that one foot. Breathe here. And on your next exhale, bend your knee. Don't let go of the foot. We're going to bring the foot back around and lean your whole upper body forward into a dancer pose, pressing that foot into your hand while lifting that leg up. And your left arm will be reaching out in front of you. You may take this opportunity to make a mudra, or just touch your thumb and index finger together, focusing on a non-moving point for balance, breathing, and we come back to center. Don't let go of that foot. We're going to come into another tree pose here. So plant that foot about in the middle of your thigh. Find your balance. Inhale the arms up overhead until the palms touch, and exhale the hands down the midline to your heart center. Having gratitude for the balance in our physical bodies, seeing that ripple out into every aspect of our life. Inhale the hands up overhead, and exhale, swooping them down. Right arm, this time, over the left arm. We come into another eagle pose. So instead of the foot in the middle of the thigh, we're just going to cross it over the leg, wrapping the foot all the way around such that the toes hook right above the ankle. Lifting up at the elbows and pressing forward with the hands. Breathe here. And to come out, just unweave the arms. Bring that leg back, parallel with the yoga mat. And we're going to lean our bodies forward, reaching down to the foot. Our right arm reaches up to the sky. 2 opposing forces here, so we're stretching down, grounding through the earth, as well as reaching up to the heavens. Breathing. And exhale, bring that hand down to meet the other on the mat. Step your leg back to meet the other. And chaturanga, plank position, lowering yourself all the way down to the mat, unhooking your feet. And into a cobra, pressing the upper body up, looking up to the sky. Inhale completely. And exhale, lowering back down, toes hook, back to a plank. And exhale back into a downward facing dog. Let's walk out the dog here, so bending one knee at a time, breathing with the motions. Relaxing the head. Let's walk this dog all the way up to meet the feet, into a forward fold, and slowly rise back up to a standing position. Now we're going to get into more of a QiGong yoga blend. So we're going to start off with some spinal twists. Begin by relaxing your arms and twisting back and forth, allowing your arms and hands to just flop along your sides. Twisting from the waist, chest, shoulders, and head, allowing everything to just sway and flop as it does. Slow it down and come back to center. And from here, we're going to turn our palms facing up. Inhale through the nose, lifting the hands all the way up. We're going to grab onto our right wrist and pull down our arm all the way through our side body, stretching along the side. Inhale, look up to the sky, and exhale, see if you can pull yourself down a little further. Inhale back up to center, and now we're going to switch hands. So left wrist, inhale and exhale, twisting to the other side. Inhale, look up to the sky. Exhale, see if you can bend a little further down. Inhaling back up to center. Let's do this once more. So grab onto your right wrist and stretch that side out as far as you can. Your arm should be right about at the level of the ear. Inhale, come up and switch. Left side. Pulling that side body. And breathe. Let's inhale back up to center. And exhale, swooping both of the hands all the way back down. This next exercise is our closing exercise. So the hands are going to be at the level of the lower dantian. With your left hand, palm facing up, inhale it all the way up overhead. And exhale through the nose, bringing it down through your midline to meet the other hand. Switch, right hand, palm facing up. Inhale, swooping all the way up overhead. And exhale down through the midline to meet at your lower dantian, and repeat. The lower dantian is mostly referred to in Qigong practices. It is the primary energy center as well as the physical center of gravity. This center is also found right below the navel. Moving as you're breathing here, pulling energy down through the midline to balance and center both hemispheres of your brain, body, entire being. As we inhale, we're tracing the primary feminine energy field, also known as the toroidal field, bringing all of that energy down through our midline. Bring both palms over your lower dantian and check into your energy. Be with this balance that you feel right now. Breathing into this energy center. Holding space for seeing more balance manifesting in your external world as you can feel it in your internal world. Bring your palms together and begin rubbing them. Fast. Let's create some friction, some heat. Build this energy between the palms. And take that energy and place it somewhere on your body that's calling for a little bit more attention. For me, that's my neck and my face. This might be your lower back, your legs, your arms. Just give yourself a chi massage, an energy massage. Our hands are like the healers of the body. They have so much healing power, and you're able to direct that energy through conscious thought, breath, and movement. Let's nourish our bodies with the life force energy that flows through our hands and our conscious actions taken. Inhale, bringing your hands all the way up to meet overhead. Exhaling, lowering down into a prayer position in front of the heart. Having gratitude for the health that you have, the health that you are growing, and for showing up today to practice. Thank you, and namaste.